Between May and December of 2008, the benchmark price for a detached home in Greater Vancouver dropped 15.9%. And that number came directly from the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver's own December 2008 monthly market report. I'm bringing this up because that was the last time we saw a market here in Vancouver with a huge decline in pricing and massive economic uncertainty. Sales of detached properties in December 2008 collapsed 48.7% compared to December of 2007. And what were people saying during those 7 months? The same thing people are saying right now. Don't catch a falling knife, wait it out, it's not the right time. By the end of 2009, prices had recovered, and by December 2010, the detached benchmark in Greater Vancouver had climbed to $797,868. That is above where the market was before the drop. And the total window from peak to recovery was roughly 18 to 24 months. Nobody rang a bell at the bottom, nobody sent out a press release saying, hey, now is the time to buy. And the buyers who moved while the headlines were negative captured the full recovery. The buyers who waited for confirmation bought into a market that had already repriced upward. And here's the thing I want you to sit with before I show you some high value property here in Vancouver. I'm not telling you Vancouver real estate is turning around tomorrow. I'm not predicting a bottom. What I'm telling you is that there is a specific subset of sellers in the detached market right now who are not waiting for market recovery because they cannot wait. And that changes the negotiation math entirely. So let me show you what the current market looks like first, and I'm going to pull up the MLS and show you exactly how to find these types of properties. Detached homes around Metro Vancouver are still sitting in strong buyer market conditions with under a 10% sales ratio. To put that into context, REBGV data has consistently shown that when the ratio dips below 12% for a sustained period, downward pressure on prices occurs. And in single digits, we are well into that territory. The overall residential sales to active ratio for Metro Vancouver is 12.6%. For detached specifically though, we are looking at the strongest buyer market conditions this segment has seen in roughly 15 years, according to the market data from wowwow.ca. So let's talk about what that number actually represents. A 9.7% sales ratio means that for every 100 active detached listings on the market, roughly 10 are selling in a given month. The other 90 are sitting, and when 90 out of every 100 listings are sitting, you start to get a stratification inside that inventory. Most of the sellers are patient. They have equity, they can wait, they have refinanced or they have bought before 2015, and they are sitting on significant unrealized gains even at today's prices. Those sellers are not going to negotiate hard, but inside that same pool of inventory, there's another group. These are the sellers who have a carrying cost problem, a life event, an estate situation, a partnership dissolution, or a timeline that does not allow them to hold. And in a market where 90 out of 100 listings are not moving, those sellers eventually have to get real about price. And that is the opportunity I'm going to show you, and we are going to walk through some of these properties right now. Here's another piece of context taken directly from the REBGV data, and in 2025, we saw 65,335 properties listed across Metro Vancouver for the entire year. That eclipses the previous record from 2008 by approximately 1,000 listings. Meanwhile, annual sales for 2025 came in at roughly 23,800, the lowest total in over 2 decades, down 25% below the 10-year average of 31,625. That supply and demand imbalance is not equally distributed. It's concentrated in specific segments, specific neighborhoods, and specific price bands. And that is where the work happens. Now let me take you back to 2008 for a moment because I think the historical parallel here is instructive. Not as a perfect comparison, but as a framework for how to think about windows of opportunity. In December 2008, according to the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver's monthly report, the benchmark price for a detached property was $648,421. That same report noted that the benchmark prices had escalated from $357,770 for a single-family detached home back in December of 2001, all the way up to that peak in 2008. This is a 7-year bull cycle, 7 consecutive years, and then in about 7 months, prices pulled back 15.9% from the May peak. And what did the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver president say at the time? In their December 2008 report, the REBGV president Dave Watts stated directly, and I'm pulling this from the official release, that if for buyers, lower prices haven't been a concern as much as the perception that prices are falling. It's difficult to identify the bottom of the market. The reality is that people tend to buy when prices are going up, not when they're going down. So read that again. The president of the Real Estate Board in December 2008, at the deepest point of that correction, was essentially describing buyer paralysis, the same psychological pattern that always shows up at the inflection point. People do not buy when prices are down, they buy when prices have already turned back up, which means they buy after the opportunity window has closed. Now, today, the situation has some meaningful differences from 2008. The 2008 pullback was fast and sharp, driven by a global credit shock that locked up lending markets almost overnight. The current market pressure in Vancouver is being driven by a different set of forces: elevated inventory, rate sensitivity, and a correction in buyer purchasing power from the 2020-2022 run-up. The detached benchmark as of December 2025, as we are looking at a full calendar year, was sitting at $1,879,800, down 5.3% year over year. That 5.3% year-over-year decline is not the same as the 15.9% peak-to-peak trough we saw in 2008. What it does tell you is that price discovery is happening in the detached segment, and certain sellers are getting more realistic about what it takes to move their property in a market where the sales to active ratio is sitting at 9.7%. So what is the strategy here? I'm going to show you on screen how to filter for those properties where motivation is high and negotiation leverage is in your favor. There are specific signals inside the MLS data that help you identify these homes: days on market relative to area average, price reduction history, original list price versus current list price, and vacancy indicators. I'm going to walk you through the filter and have one ninja trick that I want to show you in real time. A few things I want you to keep in mind as we do this. This is not a strategy for everyone. If you are buying your primary residence with a tight timeline and a specific school catchment, you have less flexibility to be patient in the negotiation. The motivated seller strategy works best for buyers who have some flexibility on closing, who can move without conditions if the price is right, and who are willing to do the work looking at multiple properties before they make a move. For upsizers specifically, and this is a segment I want to speak to directly, the math in a buyer's market works in your favor in a way it does not in a seller's market. When prices are soft, the dollar gap between your current home and your target home compresses. If a 1.5 million home has softened to 1.35 and your 900,000 home has softened to 830,000, you are still losing 70,000 on the sale side, but you are gaining 150,000 on the purchase side. In a trade-up scenario in a buyer's market, you are usually coming out ahead on the spread. That is the math worth running before you decide to wait. For people who are tired of renting and have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for clarity, here's the honest framing. I cannot tell you that prices will not go lower. Nobody can. What I can show you is that in 2008 correction, the sharpest one we have seen in the generation, the window from bottom to recovery was roughly 12 to 18 months. The buyers who waited for certainty bought back into a market that had already moved. The buyers who did the analytical work identified motivated sellers and moved while the sentiment was negative. Those are the buyers who captured the spread. So let me pull up the MLS now and show you exactly how to find some of these homes. I have the MLS pulled up here on screen, and we're going to show you where there is a lot of opportunity. And like I said, this is not a strategy for everybody. And in this market, despite what people are saying, and I'm aware of what is happening on the global economic scale across the country with job loss and all those items, what I'm saying is if you are in the capacity to purchase, this is a great time to find motivated sellers to give you a hedge around your investment. If you can buy something for hundreds of thousands of dollars under market, and I've highlighted homes that have been selling below 2009 prices, you are giving yourself a hedge. And there are a lot of people in this market that despite what is happening, they still need a place to live. So here we have on our screen here, Vancouver East and Vancouver West. This is on the detached segment. Overall, there's 1,215 homes for sale. So how are we going to filter this? And this is something that you can't do on the public site. But if you want this list, type in buy and I will send you this list directly to you. So what we're going to look for is we're going to scroll all the way down. And there are two sections here. There's something called realtor remarks, and then there's something called public remarks. The public remarks obviously is all the data that is shown on sites like realtor.ca, Zillow, REW. Then there's the realtor remarks. And this is where we can put in items that can't be seen to the public and why having a realtor can help you have access to this. So essentially we can search anything, but what I'm going to search is something called motivated. So we drop down here to 39 homes. And this is going to show us a list of people within Vancouver East, Vancouver West who have specifically written from their agent that they are motivated to sell. You would think that if you were writing something like that, that is a good indicator that you are needing to sell that home for a variety of reasons. So let's just push this up here and we're going to look at a couple options on the list. So obviously as we get into some of these higher price points, you start to see the motivation factor a little bit more, especially if there's those mortgage renewals coming up. There's a big chunk of change if people are needing to do that. So one here I'm going to roll up is 3981 West 35th Avenue. And this is a home located in Dunbar. Vancouver West has been very depressed, as we highlighted already off the top. This is 8,500 square foot lot area, almost 5,700 square foot house. What I'm going to walk you through here is just the history, and we're going to see exactly what's happening here. So this listing is listed by Ken Cui, and what you're going to see as we roll back some of the data here, this is a property that has been on and off the market for quite some time. The last time it closed was in 2002, April 5th, for $8,068,000. Not too long after, that's October 2024, you can see here they brought it onto market at $9,898 million. All right. So from that time, they've been trying to sell this, and the reductions have continued to happen from 989 down $1 million to 8.890, and then continued drops to 8.3, 7.6, 5.9 to where we are today. So this shows, and in the realtor remarks, I can't show it because it's not public, but they do state that not only is there a realtor bonus on this, but their seller is motivated. So these are the type of areas that you are wanting to focus in on. A home that has seen multiple price reductions, homes that have been on market for a couple years, you know that there's a direct reason for somebody to sell. You may be saying, hey, well, who can afford $6 million, $5 million, even if the house sold for $4 million, who can afford that? Well, let's look at something that's a little bit more advantageous in terms of pricing. So we're gonna look up something that is in alignment with detached pricing now. There's a Vancouver special here on East 56. So let's take a look at this one here. So Vancouver special, we all see them around 2,100 square feet, 3,600, so essentially a typical lot size here, 7-bedroom, 4-bath. This is listed at 1,649. So as we go into here, let's check the history on this one. So as we come here, you're gonna see again, expired, terminated. They have been trying to, the last time this property sold was in 2022, again, similar to that last one at 1,875. They brought it back to market about 2 years later in 2024, April, for just under 2.1, 2,098,000. But since then, you're gonna see here a reduction here of 200,000 in July of 2025. From 2,098,000 down to 1.898, down to 1,729, terminated it at November of 2025, and then brought it back at 1.649. So again, these are some of the things that you're wanting to see when someone has been on market for a couple years, started at high. Unfortunately, with what it closed at, we know that this seller is going to be taking a loss. If we look at what the tax assessment is on this one, it's at 1,642. So it's right in alignment with that assessed value, but this has already been on market for 132 days at this price. So I would say that there's a lot of negotiating room here and within that space. So I mean, yes, this is in the South Vancouver area, but getting detached homes now, getting into this 1.5 marker, who knows how long they're going to continue to move downward. And you know, we can open up some of these photos to see what's going on in here. So you know, this one has a suite, so you have a mortgage helper in here that looks pretty original, and these are pretty typical here. So these are some of the things that we would be looking at, what we would be focusing in on at trying to get you some value. If we go back to our example at the top, I know I didn't go through those photos. We bring these up here. You know, this is a beautiful luxury home. And for those who are looking for some great value, these are the type of homes where you're getting some severe discounts. Obviously, the higher you go in that price point, there can be more of a delineation in terms of pricing if it is in a bad market. So again, if you are wanting this list, you're looking specifically for detached homes for value, you have maybe cash on hand or the money on hand to make a move, comment buy in the comments. I'll send you an email with this whole direct list of 39 properties. And if there's a fit there for you, you can reach out and we can talk about it further. As we close everything out here, in times of uncertainty, that is when there is great opportunity. It gets very emotional, both on the buy side and the sell side. Sellers get very nervous. They may be open to negotiating even harder to get rid of some of these properties if they think the market's going to continue to fall. So if you are secure in your financing, and again, this is a very important thing I want to share with everybody. And this is one thing I want everybody to be very clear on. This is not a market to, again, go to the top end of your lending budget. I do think the market's going to be quite soft here for a number of years, not months, years, where property pricing is going to continue to trend downward. But if you can get some good value, you can sit in it, get some good pricing in a good area. Pricing eventually will come up again, but I think it's going to take some time. There are so many people in this market right now who leveraged to their maximum when rates were plus or minus 2%, and a lot of them are now selling selling in an environment where they can't afford. Yes, there may be some value here. Maybe there's a temptation for you to go to the max line of your pre-approval, but with the job uncertainty and all these other items, leave yourself a little bit of a buffer for a rainy day, just for an emergency, and make sure that you are not overextending yourself in this market because there is still some uncertainty. Make sure that you're wanting to live in this home. I would say probably a minimum of 5 to 7 years. Anything short of that, I would not recommend anyone to be purchased right now. But in any case, my condo detached property of motivated sellers, that video is up here next. I'll see you on the next one.